Hey, folks, welcome back to the Mike Lopez Show. I'm your host, ACMike. Listen, we have a very special guest here tonight, and he's a frequent visitor to the ACMike Show on radio, WOND 1400 AM, 92.3 FM. Larry Sieg, President and CEO of Meet AC. Welcome to the show, Larry.
Hey, thank you, Michael. Thank you for having me.
Hey, so listen, let's let folks know a little bit about Larry Sieg before we get into the Meet AC meat and potatoes, so to speak. You've been in this industry for some time, Larry. Please tell our audience a little bit about yourself.
I have been in the tourism and hospitality industry in Atlantic City for probably over 30, 35 years. With my focus has generally or majorly been on leisure marketing. I was the vice president and director of marketing and communications under the Atlantic City Convention and Visitors Authority, as well as the CRDA, focusing on leisure. 2 years ago, I had the opportunity to come over to the meetings and convention side and sort of take the ship over of Meet AC. So while I still work very closely with the CRDA, Karen Martin and her team in leisure, our primary focus at Meet AC, of course, is meetings and conventions.
So when you say some of those names you mentioned, Karen and whatnot, brings a smile to my face because I know the passion and the love that they have on that building and those folks and employees on Pennsylvania Avenue. So, Larry, I mean, you're one of the guys, again, this is not a knock on anybody who doesn't live in the 401, 48 blocks, and we could go on the nicknames. Larry, you live in the city, so you're here on the boardwalk, Pacific, Atlantic Avenue throughout and running through the city itself, whether it's the restaurants or bars or different activities. Tell us a little bit about what that's like. I mean, for you to be here on top of things and knowing what goes on, and then we'll get into the Meet AC two-part question, and you can roll into what a Meet AC is, its function.
Well, I mean, first of all, it gives me an opportunity to sell the destination through experience. I mean, there's no better way to sell a product or a service or whatever by experiencing it. So it's really important, I think, to live, work, eat, and play in the destination that you're trying to sell to people. And it's a much easier opportunity to change perceptions. As you know, we deal with perception issues in Atlantic City all the time. But once we get people here, once we show them the city, tour them around the destination, that perception has changed very quickly.
And so true when you say that. Me personally, sitting here, a local guy, Atlantic County guy, and retired from the Department of Public Safety, fancy name for the jail, about 10 years ago or so, and could have pretty much moved where I liked, not meaning grand houses or whatnot, but whether it be Ocean City, Avalon, Brigantine, Ventnor, it was here, Atlantic City, that I want to come to because, as you said, Larry, the diversity, the different, whether it's restaurants and the people, the ethnicity, and what we have here, you know, it's unbelievable. So getting people here, but it's that stigma. And I think it goes back, and we weren't going to get into this. I think some of it goes back to some of the stuff in '64 and whatnot, but also Sandy, that storm when our friend Big Al was on the boardwalk saying that we were kind of underwater and we weren't.
Yeah, no, I mean, we definitely have, taken our challenges with the media on many, many occasions. But again, I think if we stay positive, we deliver a good product, then we're not going to have any problem, moving forward. And let's face it, we're still the second largest gaming destination in the country. Let's not forget that. And we've got what other gaming destinations do not have. And that's that beautiful beach and that beautiful ocean that you see in my background.
And that's what I was just going to say. It's gorgeous. Unlike any other, we get to see that thing raked every day, whether it's somebody on it or not. Boardwalk with the Special Improvement Division, CRDA, Public Works in Atlantic City, they do a wonderful job. So you touched on it a little bit, Larry, about what Meet AC brings to the city, state, county, and whatnot. Tell us a little bit more, and also touch on a couple of the upcoming events that are going to be coming out here and what the economic impact is to our city and our state.
Sure. Well, I mean, first of all, Meet AC is charged with bringing meetings and conventions to the destination. Keep in mind, we don't only just sell the Atlantic City Convention Center, which is a really important part of what we do, but we sell the destination. So we work with all of our local casino and non-casino hotel properties to put business in their buildings as well, because not every piece of business fits inside a convention center. Some business, some pieces of meetings and conventions are better served in a hotel. So I think that's sort of something that people don't know, is that Meet AC sells the destination. And the convention center itself, again, convention centers were never designed to make money. They just weren't. Convention centers were built to be an economic driver to a destination. So that brings me right around to economic impact that you talked about before, Michael. We have some great events coming up in the first quarter, the second quarter, and throughout the year. But for example, we have the New Jersey Music Educators coming in February 25th and 26th. They bring about 2,000 people in, just under $1 million of economic impact to the destination. Let's not forget the boat show. I believe my director of the Atlantic City Sports Commission, Dan Gallagher, which is part of Meet AC as well, is going to be coming up next. So he'll probably talk a little bit more about that. But that's about a $6.4 million economic impact to Atlantic City. We have the Tri-State Camp Show coming in March. Again, another $2.6 million in economic impact. Impressions Expo, $3.9 million. So every piece of business that we bring into Atlantic City is driving money into restaurants, hotels, nightclubs, so forth. So,
and it's amazing what it does, bringing the people in. When you say that type of activity, Larry, we're talking 20, 30,000 at a time, or are we talking maybe 10 or so?
Well, it depends. Like the boat show, for example, we're talking 40,000 people to come into the city. Impressions Expo is about 7,000 people. One of the meetings that we're really proud of this year that we're bringing in April 25th through the 28th is the network of offshore wind. As you know, offshore wind farms is a hot topic today. So we'll be bringing in about 2,000 of the top level individuals in that organization and in that industry. Another, again, about $1.6 million in economic impact. Anime Next is a show that we're really, really proud of. It's June 10th to the 12th. And I don't know, Michael, if you've seen in the past, but there are some very creative costumes walking around this city in cosplay. That brings about 30,000 people in and about $4.6 million in economic impact. One of the conventions that we have coming in this year that the team worked really, really, really hard on, and that was to land a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to bring the National NAACP convention to Atlantic City. That's going to take place from July 14th to the 21st. It's just about 11,000 people coming in, 7,700 room nights, and about $9.3 million in economic impact.
Amazing. And this will be the first time in Atlantic City for the National NAACP. Larry, we're about out of time for this one. Listen, that view behind you is beautiful. We love it.
Thank you.
I got this little view of our friends at the Steel Pier there, friends of Sharon and Anthony Cantanoso. What you do in Atlantic City, we appreciate. Listen, can't wait to have you back out on the show. We'll be doing more together. Last word to you, Larry.
I just want to thank you for all you do, and thank you for the support that you give the destination, because you're one of the greatest cheerleaders for it.
Thank you, sir, folks. Larry Sieg, Meet AC President and CEO. Say hey.